So Neil, a thoroughly entertaining game, a few clutch points during it, but any match where you come from 2-0 down, away from home, and take away a point, it's got to be a very good thing, and against a team who've come down a division. So do you see it as a good point?
No.
No.
No. I totally understand your point. Coming back from 2-0 down, away from home, isn't easy. But I've said all along, we've got to have that character. Not just that character, we've got to have the ability to come back from 2-0 down, which I think anybody who's watched the game will have thought this game isn't over at 2-0.
No.
We'd been good most of the time, over it, too many passes in the first half. Mm-hmm. But in the second half, we took a little bit of time to get going. But when we did, I think we caused them a lot of problems.
Definitely. If we rewind right back to the beginning of the game, and in pretty much the sort of, I think it was the first phase of attack that they had, corner comes in, Jack goes in for a tackle, players over, penalty. Not many people thought that it was a penalty. No, right. You need to be careful now, don't you?
Yeah, but
it's a tough call, isn't it?
It's a bad call.
Okay.
In anybody's book, a bad call. They worked that short corner routine, and we weren't quite alert to it. Mm-hmm. But Jack's got across, and I thought, and listen, we'll have a look at it again. Mm-hmm. We've always got to be careful what we say. I thought, and if you look at the angle of the ball, if the forward had got there first, the ball wouldn't have ended up where it was. It was fairly conclusive, without looking at it again, that Jack was first. So it's a harsh decision. And if you see the referee's viewpoint, which not many people have mentioned, he would have been hidden. He didn't take up a very good position. I don't know whether the linesman did his job, or the assistant, whether he assisted him and put his flag up. I didn't see that, but it was a bad decision, in my opinion. And it was. And
that sets you back, doesn't it? You go
the
behind
most
so
awful
quickly.
Start you can have, yeah.
So even more character then, that we came back and played a lot of good football in that first half. Second half, slight misheader from Ben over on the far side presents an opportunity, a terrific finish, and you're thinking, good Lord, how are we 2-0 down here?
Well, it's a mistake.
Yeah.
That's the first thing I've got to say.
On otherwise a good night for him.
Yeah, but he'll be judged on that in my eyes. All the good stuff can go out the window when you make a mistake like that. But we still had a chance to recover. It was a super goal. Took it well, but our centre halves might have got a challenge in. Mm-hmm. They didn't, and he scored, so 2-0 down. And honestly, Chris, I still felt we could get something out of the game because we were playing well enough. And, the crowd can be fickle here, particularly if they're not winning games. And I knew it could turn with one goal, and we got one back quite quickly. What a goal it was. And that was the type of move we put together all night. We were really incisive, I thought, up there, and our three strikers caused them a lot of problems.
And then on a night like tonight, with the rain sort of crashing down, it's a greasy top. It's ideal for the sort of football we're trying to play in many ways, I think.
It helped us, there's no doubt about that. As you saw, the pitch was very dry at the start of the game. The rain helped, and we took advantage of that. And I'm saying too, there's been a lot of good performances. Nobody was poor, but we did make some poor choices. We got back into it 2-2, playing the way we had. Then we tried to force things a little bit. We went a little bit gung-go, which is in a way is a credit to them because they wanted to win the game.
Yep.
But we got back into it by being patient and probing in the last 15 minutes when we needed that composure and the right ball in. We weren't quite able to produce it.
Not quite
that's
there,
right.
But 4 games in, still unbeaten. I think it's really important to look at the positives. I think we've played some terrific football in some of the matches already this season. maybe not so much first half Saturday, but pretty much apart from that, we've been the dominant side. And that must bode well. You must be very happy at the potential of where we can go this season, even if you're not quite happy that we're at where you want to be yet.
It's encouraging, isn't it?
I think it is, yes.
That's the word for me, for the team, and for the supporters. It's encouraging that they can come to Newcastle, and more often than not see a decent game, see a decent team trying to play the right way, and if we can be a little bit tougher to beat or tougher to score against, we'll be even better, Chris, which goes without saying. But yeah, the early signs are encouraging. Indeed. 3 draws out of the 4, but you can gain a little bit of momentum. Gives players confidence, not losing games. Obviously, we'd rather win them, but I love putting runs together, unbeaten runs.
Yeah, well, that's what we're doing.
At the moment,
that's what we're doing.
That's what we're doing.
And we go on to the Cup on Saturday. An opportunity against a team. They are a division lower than us, but they'll be up for it, I'm sure. We just need to keep our professional heads on and try and get the job done down there and put in a show.
Yeah, they can be pitfalls, them games, banana skins, I think they call it.
Indeed.
And we must make sure that we're not on the end of the wrong result in a cup upset. I think they'll be fine. I think their attitude and approach will be good.
Yep.
And if we're good enough on the day, we'll still be in the hat on Monday.
Let's hope so. I'm afraid I won't be there for that one Saturday, but I wish you and the club team well for the game.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you very much.